told you they're frozen." To which he responded, "The breadcrumbs are not frozen." Again, misunderstanding my words. I didn't mean to say that the breadcrumbs were frozen when I said I told you they're frozen.
Witam was wszystkich w odcinku z to jest Ultimate Candidate. Na Steamie jest za darmo, ale to jest za darmo, to trzeba brać. No hajsku tu było, no trochę dużo. I tu byłem na nim na dwójkę. A ja tutaj sobie chcę coś przetestować. Co by się stało, jakbym dał, uwaga, tylko i wyłącznie te animatroniki, które mnie umiem zgranić. Tego, kogo jeszcze? Ten mi nic nie może zrobić. Dobra. Kto mi jeszcze? No to mi nic nie zrobił. Kto mi jeszcze nic nie zrobił? To już chyba wszyscy są. Czy jest jeszcze ktoś? Altman też mogę trochę więcej dać. Nate Marinet mi coś może zrobić. Z tego jak to ostatni raz grałem. Nie, bardzo. Ale muszę ich dać. JJ też tam. Uwaga, to będzie najłatwiejsza noc na świecie. Czekajcie, bo jak się odpala monitor, dobra, spacebar, disk, fajnie. Da, czyli to się robi spacją. Bo się ostatnio zmęczyłem z tym wiatrakiem, bo mnie zjadały te podatne na tym. Co ty robisz?
Hello. For today's lesson, we will be continuing our training on proper suit handling techniques. Please ensure that the animatronic parts are tightly compressed and fastened by the spring lock located around the inside of the suit. It may take a few moments to position your head and torso between these parts in a manner where you can move and speak. Try not to nudge or press against any of the spring locks inside the suit. Do not touch the spring locks at any time. Do not breathe on the spring locks, as moisture may loosen them and cause them to break loose. In the case that the spring locks become loose while you are wearing the suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out, as to not ruin the customer experience. As always, if there is ever an emergency, please go to the designated safe room. Every location is built with one extra room that is not included in the...
To powinna być łatwa noc, prawda widzowie? Mam nadzieję, że się ze mną zgadzacie. No na chwilę muszę włączyć wiatr. Włączam wiatr. I co mi tutaj się wiesz? Czy agenty się
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear Pizza. I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see during your first week here and to help you get started down this new and exciting career path. Now, I want you to forget anything you may have heard about the old locations, you know. Some people still have a somewhat negative impression of the company. That old restaurant was kind of left to rot for quite a while, but I want to reassure you, Fazbear Entertainment is committed to family fun and above all, safety. They've spent a small fortune on these new animatronics. Facial recognition, advanced mobility, they even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? But most importantly, they're all tied.
Today is all about me.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see during your first week here and to help you get started down this new and exciting career path. Now, I want you to forget anything you may have heard about the old location, you know. Some people still have a somewhat negative impression of the company. That old restaurant was kind of left to rot for quite a while, but I want to reassure you, Fazbear Entertainment is committed to family fun and above all, they've spent a small fortune on these new animatronics. Facial recognition, advanced mobility, they even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? But most importantly, they're all tied into some kind of criminal database so they can detect a predator a mile away. Heck, we should be paying them to guard you. Now that being said, no new system is without its kinks. You're only the second guard to work at that location. The first guy finished his week but complained about conditions. We switched him over to the day shift. So, hey, lucky you, right? Mainly he expressed concern that certain characters seem to move around at night and even attempted
Dear Diary, yesterday was so amazing, and I met such a wonderful guy. But I don't think it was meant to last, for my heart belongs to another. He's so amazing and strong and so cute. I've been thinking about him all day, and I think he's really into me too. He's the only one for me. I just know it. And I know just how to get him. Look at that top hat. That amazing top hat. He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I told him that I needed help with my homework, but once he's there, I'll have him. And once I have him, he'll be mine forever. There is only one thing that could possibly go wrong.
To było jakieś dziwne było to zakończenie, ale mamy najłatwiejsze. Ale teraz zrobię najtrudniejsze. Wiecie co zrobię? Spróbuję. Przynajmniej spróbuję. To łatwiejsze niż na świecie. Co to już było mówić? Kogo słuchamy? Na pewno jego. Na pewno jego. Na pewno jego. Na pewno jego. Bo nie wiem jak one działają. Lepki też nie wiem. Lepki działa na grubą muzykę procenty. Też nie daje. Nie daje. Nie znam też tej triki też nie daje, Edwarda też nie daje, Nightmare'a też nie daje, jego też nie daje, zresztą jego też nie daje, jego też nie daje, jej nie daje, jej nie daje, jej nie daje. I czy to już wszyscy... Dobra, teraz spróbuję. Teraz będzie znacznie łatwiej. Co? Dobra, tego się nie spodziewałem. Czyli usuwamy jeszcze jego. Usuwamy balon śmiecia. Nightmare Freddy'ego. Nightmare Boniacza. No bo ich nienawidzę. Rockstar Freddy tylko żywe faskoiny. Olive Elephanta nie daje, jego też nie daje. Jego nie daje. Albo jego mogę jeszcze dać. Ale nie mogę jej dać, bo ona jest mega wkurzająca. Ona łazi w wędrach. Jak się dostanie do twojego biura, to ona ci zwisana do wędrach. Chociaż żaden inny animatronik już tam nie wejdzie, to ona nie wyjdzie. Nie mieści się. Wędrach się nawet nie mieści. Co za grubaska. O, jeszcze mogę z tego jedno odsunę. No to lecimy. 5000 punktów. Jakby nie patrzeć, to całkiem sporo. Nie gadajcie, że ja mam kotkę.
I recognize you, but I'm not afraid of you.
To są chyba
Not
4000.
anymore.
4500. Coś tu mówić. 4500. Kogo ja bym tu jeszcze zabrał? On mi mega denerwuje coś. Jeszcze mogę skądś połowę zabrać. Z kogo bym zabrał połowę, żeby mnie tak nie wnerwiał? Bierze sprytny chyba. Bo tak to nie wnerwiał. O mój nie, czekajcie. Przywrócę sobie tego, kto jeszcze nie jest aż taki zły. Aż taki zły jeszcze nie jest Nightmare Freddy. I usunę sobie tego. I to. Ona jest mega wkurzająca. Teraz jeszcze muszę dodać kogoś na połowę. Kogo bym dał na połowę? Tak serio? To ja nie wiem, kogo bym wzmocnił. Kto jeszcze nie jest jakiś mega zły? Mega zły nie jest Ned. A więc Nedbera na 10 dam. I let's go! Będzie teraz szalona jazda.
But he could not choose.
nocy, ale... No tak jakby. Nie chcę już niżej schodzić, okej? Okej.
I want to tell you something.
How unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
Well, it seems that your journey has ended. Very sorry about that. It was always going to end this way, of course. If it weren't by me, it would have just been by some other, terrible thing. Just, you could not imagine how terrible it would be. Just, I get scared thinking about it. I'm glad it's not me. It reminds me of a time I was speaking to my good friend Orville. We were sitting on a park bench watching the pigeons. I was on the left, he was on the... Oh, wait, was I on the right or left? Anyways, it doesn't matter. We were sitting on there watching the pigeons. And I said to Orville, "Friend, those birds are frozen." And he kind of looked at me like I'd lost my mind. But I reminded him that it was winter, and often birds will sit in a tree until they freeze. And then they sort of fall to the ground until the sun warms up and they can, move around again. So I said to Orville, "You might as well save those breadcrumbs until the birds thaw, because they can't very well enjoy them in the condition they're in." To which he asked what I meant, and asking what condition the crumbs should be in before he threw them to the birds, assuming that I meant the birds couldn't enjoy the breadcrumbs in the condition that the crumbs were in, when in fact I had meant the birds could not enjoy them in the condition that the birds were in, considering that the birds were frozen. So he took a moment and then threw his last handful onto the ground. I said to him, "Orville, why did you throw the breadcrumbs to the birds when I just told you they're frozen?" To which he responded, "The breadcrumbs are not frozen." Again, misunderstanding my words. I didn't mean to say that the breadcrumbs were frozen when I said I told you they're frozen. I'd been referring to the birds. In hindsight, what I should have said was, and this would make perfect sense, "Why did you throw the breadcrumbs to the birds when the birds are frozen?" He misunderstood upon my correction, stating that he didn't know what else to do with the breadcrumbs, and that perhaps, when the birds thawed, they'd still be able to eat the crumbs. So I said to Orville, and this is what I said to him, I said, "Orville, the birds may be dead."
Co tu historyjka? Planowana historyjka w tej grze trwa aż minutę. Ostatnia próba tyle, że tu jeszcze coś do 3000. Okej. To się rozumie? Chyba tak. Nightmara usuniemy. Tego usuwamy. Kogo jeszcze? Tego usunę na maksa. Tego na maksa. Musi być... Tyle będzie dobrze. Mam nadzieję, że ta Didi nie przyjdzie. No to przyjdzie. A wiecie co? To już kończę ten odcinek. Do zobaczenia. Pa!